So let's continue with the Jupiter transit series
Yes.
and let's discuss the Scorpio ascendant now.
Yes, yes. So before we start, there are a lot of mails coming up, asking whether we should look at Lagna or a Rashi.
Right.
So we'll just try and clarify that.
Sure.
So for example, Lagna is a Rashi is like what the mind wants. So for example, my mind may want that I want to marry Miss India. So that could be one thing. But Lagna is actually the reality. Reality is you marry the next door girl. So that is the reality. So it is better to focus, to answer the question, it is better to focus on a Lagna base because it is more practical. We are not living in a fantasy world, we are living in a practical world. So the Lagna transit from the Lagna is more important from that perspective.
But also, like the mind, the moon is associated with the mind,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, but there, like you will think in a certain way when this
Yes.
transit is happening. Maybe
Yes.
can you clarify that as
Yes.
well? Anand?
So thinking there is a depending on the person and depending on the personality, there is a gap between what is reality and what is the thinking. So when you change the reference and look at the chart from the moon's reference, so for example, I may want to become Ambani. I may want to marry Miss India. I may want various other things in life. That is the thinking perspective,
Right.
And there is another perspective called soul.
Right.
So the thinking perspective may not be reality. I may be actually a manager in one particular company. I may have married a very normal middle class girl. So that is the lagna. That is the reality of life. So depending on the personality, there is a differential between what the mind thinks and what actually happens, what the intelligence wants, or what practicality happens. So in very practical and people with good common sense, the differential is very low.
Okay.
So from that perspective, both mind and the lagna go in the similar direction. But most of the people, there is a huge differential between what mind wants and what. So it is advisable to see the transit from the lagna perspective and then look at the transit.
Okay. So now let's continue with the series.
Yes.
Let's discuss the Scorpio ascendant.
So for a Scorpio ascendant, Jupiter is in the fourth house, and it is the second lord and the fifth lord. So from that perspective, anything that you want to do in terms of house construction, real estate purchase, buying a new property, looking at buying land pieces, those kind of things, it's a reasonably good time frame. And if you're looking at education for your children, so fifth lord in the fourth house, right? So education, the children abroad especially, so they finish their 12th or graduation, you're looking at something PG or undergrad kind of a degree. It is a fantastic time frame for your children from that perspective.
What about mother?
Yeah, mother's position, mother's happiness is also very, very strong in this particular transit. So from a overall perspective, you should sort of look at mother not gaining weight from that perspective. Otherwise, it's a very good transit from a mother's point of view, and your peace of mind point of view also, it's a very reasonably good transit.
Okay.
Any probability of gaining wealth through family, so you have a family business and you all are doing business together, so family business and gaining wealth through real estate transactions is also pretty very strong from this.
It could also be ancestral property that comes to you.
Yes. So it is there is an aspect on 8th house as well, right? So there could be an ancestral property which is coming onto you, or you have been waiting for some money which has got stuck. So suddenly it will come onto your life, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So, and from a career perspective, it is a very good time frame for a Scorpio ascendant because it's the 10th house aspect.
410 aspect.
Yes, 410 aspect. So when the mind is free and you're happy, automatically in career also you will be doing reasonably well, kind of a thing. And investments, you need to be reasonably very careful. So you need not give money to friends, lend money to anybody. Invest from an investment point of view, you need to be reasonably careful.
Because it is fifth lord in the fourth house.
Yes, one is that. Second, 12th house aspect is there. So any money going out of the system is reasonably very strong.
But what about investing in stocks or like mutual funds?
You have to be reasonably careful.
Okay.
Investing in stocks. So 5th lord, 12th house, 5th lord, 4th house, etc. You need to be reasonably careful in investment in stock markets, mutual funds, and those kind of things. Your expectation and desired results may not come from that perspective. And it's a good transit for a spiritual life. So if you want to pursue a movement into spirituality, it's a
get Diksha initiated,
yes.
all of those things.
Yes, it's a good transit. Yes.